A few things around the alignment and execution of the plan. That strategic pyramid, once we've got that clarified, and if we're not clear as leaders of our own strategic pyramid and what that looks like and these key strategies, no one outside the leadership is going to understand it. So we need to really work to get alignment, and every leader should understand who are we, where are we going, and how are we going to get there. And the pyramid becomes a great talking point to kind of explain those layers, because that's what creates some of the lack of alignment, or those that are really out. They've got their own priority or initiative that's just really not aligned to what we're trying to do overall as a parish. Each role, even for lay leaders, to identify what are the wins, what does health look like, and we don't want to create activity, but really helping people understand what the wins are for each role or ministry segment. We need to be able to evaluate, to prune or eliminate activity that's consuming resources and not moving us forward. So the thing that you would not want to do in this whole process is to get clarity around vision, look at all the programs that we have going on and say, let's add 4 more things to that and 4 more priorities. That would be a recipe for probable disaster. There are going to be things that we need to set down and set aside and to free up resources, time, energy, and talents, so that we can effectively move toward the vision. The more things that we keep around, we don't want to, stop that, even though it's not really helping us, but, we don't want to stop that, or let's keep this. The more of those things that we keep around, they become drag. They're like barnacles on a ship, right? That just will slow us down, because you only have so much capacity within your team. And so keeping it simple, and that we're going to be focused on a few key things are going to be really important. We talked about this, and we'll talk about it again, but someone identifying who that driver is to keep the team focused and moving is really, really key. That they're going to lean a little bit more task oriented than people oriented, but they are just kind of have that wiring to get things done. You'll want to establish, healthy teams are establishing a meeting rhythm then around these core areas and strategies, so that rather than saying just go do stuff, that we recommend doing like a monthly quick 30-45 minute stand-up meeting, or just a quick Zoom call. How are we doing? What would be helpful for you? What do we need to share? And then in quarterly meetings that will help us. How did we do this past 3 months? What are the things we're celebrating? Where are things that we're struggling with, or maybe we're stuck on, that we need clarity, or maybe budget approval for, or a decision rights to bring it clear of who actually can make the call or decision here. And then what's our plan for the next 90 days? So as we're thinking through our different key initiatives for our year and those rhythms, and I mentioned here, no more than 3 key initiatives. So as we're thinking about our strategies and growth engines, you can't do it all at once. Maybe you're unlike just about every congregation I know, and you just have so much energy and time, and you've just been waiting for more things to do in your life, right? And more time to spend on it. You would be the exception and not the rule. Identifying what are the 3 key projects or initiatives, no more than that, that we can move forward. And those other 8 things or 10 things that are on the list, they're just going to have to wait. They're going to put them on the on deck circle for you baseball fans that are watching some playoffs right now. So identifying what those 3 key initiatives are that are going to help us move toward that vision. Often they're tied to your growth engines, in those engines we talked about, and identify a leader that's going to run point on each of those initiatives. Kind of a project management role. They're going to make sure that all the things that need to get done are captured in the list, put a timeline on it, identify the budget. And here's what I know to be true. You all will kind of work through and get your plan and process together and launch out into, okay, we're going to go after it. over and over again, I just see a gap in the 6 to 12 month area where you can have some pretty good momentum for the first month to 3 months and kind of leaning into the up to that six month. And it's a common place where the wheels kind of come off or we get off the track, right? And it's hard to see the wins as easily. We're kind of heads down and really working on the plan. Maybe we get out of our meeting rhythms. And so we kind of lose focus on that. And if we don't stay in that engagement, often that's where I see, teams that they'll kind of step away and lose focus on really getting things done and keeping those initiatives moving forward in that 6 to 12 month period. And